All right, we are back, and this is still Crossfire with Dapo and Gbenga Agborowa. We've been in the studio, and we have these two gentlemen, and we've been talking about government and governance, especially as it borders around the Buhari administration. We have Kive Korori, a social affairs commentator with us, and then we have Comrade Ayodele Akale, a public affairs analyst. Now, let's talk about some issues. A few days ago, the president came out really very strong, and he said, okay, 718 billion naira is being released, you know, to facilitate a couple of things: repayment of loan, one, and two, outstanding, backlog of salaries that they are owing to workers, and then to facilitate, projects that are already, that are ongoing, and to ensure that there's stability across the state. What's on the bailout?
Well, I think the president, with due respect, has taken a very, 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 very wrong step.
Oh, you don't want him to pay workers?
I'm a labor leader, and how do we get to this situation?
What informed that decision?
Let me explain. You can't give your child his school fees to go and pay. And he went to pay, he didn't bring receipts. He's asking for another. What is the receipt? What is the breakdown? How was all this money remitted to all the states, local government, spent? I expect a Buhari with mind of probity and accountability to demand, how did you spend, how did you get to this stage?
But Comrade, in the
then that will be an
yes.
Otherwise,
they are going
to come for bail. Pardon?
The presidency says he couldn't have relaxed as the father of the nation to allow the Nigerian masses.
Yes.
Exactly. That he was sensitive to the plight of the Nigerian workers.
That is,
and the urgency of it.
That is begging the issue. Let me explain myself.
Yeah, I will allow you to do that. Sunday, good morning. Hello, Sunday, are you there?
Hello.
Good morning, Sunday.
Good morning. Am I speaking to Peking?
No, you are on Crossfire.
Okay, I want to speak to Wazobia Otakot.
Oh dear.
No, this is not it. Thank you for calling. All right. Okay, Comrade.
The fear of this governor is the beginning of wisdom. These governors are looters. How can a governor, after serving for 8 years, be taking dubious, unprecedented pension scheme when an average worker cannot get 80,000 minimum wage, miserable minimum wage, pensioners are dying. A governor, most of the governors that have served for just 8 years or 4 years, and their deputy, they are entitled to house in Abuja. They are entitled almost 5 billion. The former governor of Lagos is taking as much as that, including the governor that just left. No state government has. How much are they taking for security? Are they fighting civil war? This accountability and impunity will persist. If that's the way with due respect to President Buhari is going to handle it, so they must account for how they spend the money.
So you believe that the probing...
justify...
We have institutions that have been empowered.
The probe must start with these governors to make sure to accept that there is need for them to be bailed out.
Mr. Kive Korori, what's your take on the bailout? What's your
I think I kind of like agree with my comrade here.
Believe that governors should be probed.
Look. In Nigeria today, some of the most reckless political office holders in Nigeria are the governors. Maybe one or two of them may be different. But these people spend public funds like it's their private money. Let me give you an example. I have somebody that I know who works for one of the governors. He's a PA to one of the governors. And this guy mentioned to me at some point that whenever they have to go out of government house, every day, he as the PA has to hold 5 million naira minimum. When I say 5 million naira, that's just for...
public money.
That's just for
settling and
things that they just do, like logistics.
Frivolities.
You understand? And whenever they go out with that money, no matter how much they spend, whatever is left, they don't return into the purse. That's just an example. Do you understand? And these people have security votes that are running into billions. That security vote, nobody knows what they do with it. They just spend it. They fly private jets every day. They do all sorts of frivolous, crazy things. And nobody does anything. So for me, I expect that. Even if the president is going to bail them out. I understand, yeah, workers need to get paid. But many of these governors should be impeached in the first place because they need to account for billions of naira. And many states, if they feel that they can't pay their workers, they are not viable enough to pay their workers, they should scrap those states. There's no point for them to exist. You understand? We accept all sorts of looting in this country and nobody does anything. I expect that President Buhari is come on, and with his antecedent, I expect that, you know, it should...
But we are in a democracy. The president's powers are limited, and you do need to understand the fact that we have the principle of separation of powers. There's only so much the president can do. He has seen a situation where workers have gone months on end without earning salaries. Osun State, 7 months. There's a backlog of pension arrears in Enugu. They haven't paid pensions in 5 years. We have never had it so bad as a country. And I think it's very shameful. And the president deemed it fit, in the best of his knowledge, as president of the country, to come out with this bailout package to help.
All right, before any response, let's quickly take this call. Good morning, Usman.
Good morning. Good morning, Banjo.
How are you today?
I'm fine.
All right, thanks for calling. Let's know your thought.
All right, thanks. I don't have much to say.
Okay.
Only that the governor of Osun State, which is my state, Governor Aregbe, is making me go through hell here because my people are not being paid. Especially my dad is not being paid. But what I know is that every political life ends in failure. That's all. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you very much. Very philosophical in your contribution. You know, now, Comrade, let's look at it.
No, I wanted to respond.
Okay.
When you said the president is
in his magnanimity.
Look. He who plays the piper dictates the tune. If they can go to the president for a bailout and prostrate him before the president has the audacity, has the prerogative to ask, how do you spend this money? Before he did, himself also dips his hand into
at the initial stage, he actually told them to go back to their state
and look for means to pay.
Look for means of paying.
Not to accountability. I'm talking about accountability because these are Buhari.
So what did they say or do to him?
Why are they accounting for the money?
They bent his hands back.
Before he
now he's responding.
He's hand it to the public deal to bring money to this corrupt.
What would have been a better way of going about it? To allow the workers suffer.
They should stop. Look, some of these governors are pretending. Are they not taking up till now, in spite of the situation, are they not taking their security votes? Are they not paying their commissioners?
But Comrade, we would not know. We would not know.
Are they not flying jets?
We would not know.
Those are the questions the president would would have asked because they are living in flamboyancy.
Let me give you an example. There was a time some automobile manufacturers needed bailout in the States.
Yes. And
they flew in to meet with the president. I'm not very sure of the exact details, but I know they flew in with private jets. So you know what the president told them? That you people don't need bailout. You're still flying private jets and all that. And that's what the governors are doing. They're still everywhere gallivanting. Their lifestyle has not changed. Do you understand? I don't have a problem with bailout. Yeah, he could come because the people are suffering, blah, blah, blah. But let him also ask them questions. Do you understand? Yes. I'll give you guys bailout, but you need to come up. Show me your books. What have you done with the monies that has accrued to your state?
Otherwise, we're having a situation. They'll come back up in hand.
They're coming back. They will embezzle the money and they'll come back again.
Now they have loans. They have money to pay workers, and at the same time they have money to execute or complete some projects that are ongoing. Now,
elephant projects.
White elephant projects.
Yeah, white elephant projects.
So who should do? That means we expect that the government should probably set up a project monitoring
out of place.
Committee.
Because they're coming back to you as the president.
Exactly.
To come and complain, ask for favor. Then you must, they're already giving you a leeway to ask questions. It's not a question of dictatorship this time around. They're coming for assistance. It's like my child, like I gave an example, gave him the school fees. whether he went to play Kalu the money and he come back and said, I want to. No.
All right, hold on, Comrade. Let's take this call. Hello, good morning, Shola. Hello, Shola, are you there?
Hello, yes, I'm still here.
All right, can you speak up a little bit?
Yeah, I'm good morning, sir.
Hello, good morning, Shola.
Hello, yes, I'm still here.
Hello?
Yes, hello.
Okay, we can hear you now. Good morning.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes, good morning.
Good morning.
Okay, I think we have some issues with Shola's line.
We're not so, yeah.
Yes.
All right. So now let's look at it. We have a lot of things that probably has characterized the Buhari administration in a very short while. We've been talking about, the, very flamboyant life, that the governors have been living. Sure. We've talked about, the bailout. And this, for me, I think it brings succor to workers across the nation. And at the same time, let's look at the activities of the National Assembly. It's been mind-blowing what we have witnessed in a very short time. What has happened there? We have recorded an unprecedented, record, as it were, in history, where we have a party, having the president in the in the House of, in the Senate, and you have an opposition party as its deputy, and that, and that cuts across, all the, problems and issues that APC has had. Do you think APC will bring the change that we voted for?
You want me to answer that?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Why?
It's clear. Money shows the day. Look at, a government that cannot settle, that keep on asking for more time. I told you, practically, when I was contesting for the governor of Lagos State, I did my statistics. In fact, there was one of these governorship debates, I think Silverboard. They even went to as far as asking me my preparatory budget for education. And I gave an analysis. That's how prepared you are to govern. And that's why Nigeria missed the point when the president, with due respect, failed to come for public to public debate. To public debate. So we can have a critical appraisal is preparedness. It was dodged throughout the period. So, and I'm sure now Nigerians are wiser now. You must assess the level of preparedness of candidates that are contesting.
All right, let's stop on that note. Let's take this call from Shola. Hello, Shola, are you there?
Hello.
Hello, Shola.
Hello.
All right, good morning. We can hear you.
Morning, sir.
Good morning, Shola.
Yes, morning.
Go ahead and make your contribution, please.
All right. I want to commend you for the great job you are doing, sir.
Thank you very much.
What I want to say about the billion out of the federal government to all these governors, I want to say if President Buhari will have no chance to monitor the governor, he is supposed not to do this thing of giving them out. Because I want to say our governor in Osun State, his program is failure. I'm a civil servant, I'm calling from Osun State. All his program, or even paying the salary, I'm not sure that he's going to use this money on the salary of the workers in Osun State. Because as I'm talking to you, it's only 2 years arrears. It's only 2 years of arrears. So, how do you show? The leave bonus.
We thought it's 6 months arrears.
2 years leave bonus. How is he going to pay this money? And 7 months salary. How is he going to pay it?
Okay.
A bailout.
The federal government has given a bailout, and
exactly, and we have
I'm talking, my mom has been, she has retired a year ago now. She has not received 1 naira. So how is it going to pay it?
Okay,
thank you very much for calling, Shola from
Osun State. We'll discuss it on the show. Some information that we'll probably have, on that issue. Let's take this call from Sokoto. Raymond, good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Ray.
Yeah, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Please, my contribution this morning is on the leadership of the opposition party and the president. Last week, the president discussed that there was no money in the treasury. I don't know where he got this money presently now to borrow it out to those governors.
They say it's proceeds from the taxation, and of course, proceeds from the NLNG.
Let the federal government tell us what is happening, because actually, as a person, I'm confused with the whole change we are agitating for. When we're talking about the National Assembly, we can say that if we want change to manifest in our lives, it's a very good development that we have an opposition in the party as a deputy senate president, so that we know that they will run a fair democracy. I believe in a situation where the deputy senate president is there, is from the opposition party, and the ruling party, they have the presidency. At least we believe there will be no bias.
Yeah, but Raymond, we didn't have that in the last dispensation, so why would you want to start it now?
We beg on the president, the commander-in-chief. Hello?
Hello, we can hear you.
All right. So please, we are still begging on the country presently. Please, I'm jobless. I've done my NYC since 2012. And up to now, I've not gotten anything doing. So please, I'm begging on government and the National Assembly to stabilize the activities and make sure the Nigerian work for us. That's the change we are voting for. Please, want to see something, let the government start new laws, new employment, at least let the unemployment...
Thank you very much for calling, Raymond from Sokoto. A quick one, Mr. Korori. What's your assessment of the crisis in the National Assembly? And do you think by the time the Senate, that the members of the House of Assembly reconvene on the 21st of July, the APC lawmakers in particular, do you think they would have put their problems behind them to face the task which Nigerians elected them for?
Before I even say, give my opinion on that, I would just like to say that our democracy is overbloated. The National Assembly is one of the institutions of government in Nigeria that I think is so overbloated. First of all, these guys, majority of them do nothing. I'm sorry to say, with all due respect to them, but there are very few of them who are actually there for the purpose of making laws.
A lot of people have advocated for part-time legislators.
Unfortunately, in fact, we don't need that many legislators in a country like Nigeria. I think the Senate is enough to do legislation in Nigeria.
Some school of thought people believe that both houses should be merged. Both the upper
they're just too many. But unfortunately, these people have kept disgracing us over time for the last 16 years up till now. And I was expecting, a lot of change and difference from the current crop of legislators. I'm hoping that the APC as a party will put its house together and make sure that, they do things right. Because I feel that irrespective of whatever, you need to think about consensus and the national interest. But most of these people, it's obvious that that is their personal interest.
All right, just hold on there. Let's take this call from Wasil. Wasil, good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, good to have you on Crossfire.
Okay, good morning.
Morning.
Good morning. Can you hear me?
Morning, Wasil. We can hear you loud and clear. Please go ahead and make your contribution, please.
Good morning. You guys are doing a great job over there.
Thank you.
Okay. You guys are doing a great job there, and I appreciate what you are doing over there.
Thank you.
The country now, on the situation of the country.
All right.
Okay. Thank you very much for calling.
All right. Thank you very much. All right. On this note, let's quickly go on a short break, and then we'll be approaching the very last lap of this show, and then we'll still be here discussing government and governance. We'll be right back. All All right, we're back, and this is still Crossfire with Dapo and Gbenga. All right, we have been discussing about the state of the nation, matters arising, trending stories, issues that are happening in our nation called Nigeria. And we went on that break when we were talking about the situation in the National Assembly. Leadership problem and crisis in the National Assembly is not making, it's not getting better. As at yesterday, we don't seem to have heard anything that is different from this. It's still status quo. PDP is still feeling very cool that, they are back really very strongly. APC doesn't seem to realize how much of hold that they have lost, and all of that. Now, at the moment, they're counting, their losses, as far as I'm concerned, not because I don't see them really making a very big headway. Let's take this call before we take your responses. Alex, good morning.
Good morning, Dapo. Good morning, Gbenga.
Welcome to Crossfire.
Good morning, Alex. Nice to have you.
I'm the guest, Kive, and good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, we are having quite a discussion this morning. Well, let me, talk on bailout, for instance.
Okay.
You see, President Muhammadu Buhari extension of bailout to the bereaved state that financially sick is okay. Because not doing that, we are marked to having money, and then you are faced with a terminal disease, and you refuse to make move to the hospital. It's a very, very good thing. If that is not done, why saving them? I'm asking the Comrade, who has been so critical. You see, you said to fall on what you say, and then from there, get this case out, and then sound philosophical to them. The statement of Christ, having set free that prostitute, came to my mind. Go and sin no more. What with a country that is emerging from an election, so it is expected, even the money, the allocation they be getting from the federal government, they must apply policies with the money. And so that change has finally come in. They should be bailed out, and then with an admonition to them, go here, rule your state, and be prudent. Simply, that is my take this morning.
All right, thank you very much, Alex. Maybe what Alex is trying to say is that, okay, we know how bad governance has been across your states, maybe at the meeting. This is just my thought. And he just told them, don't worry, we want to move forward. We want the change that that Nigerians voted for to be seen. We will give you money. But like borrowing is what he said, go and sin no more. Make sure that the next, set of monies that will be released to you are used very judiciously, and make sure that you settle all your debts and you move the state forward.
Is he speaking for the president?
No, that's his opinion. That's his opinion.
There's nothing, no caveat was added. Say no more.
Okay.
This is, with due respect, is a president that has pedigree of integrity.
But they,
how can you give out money without giving?
It's a three-pronged approach. There's one there's an aspect of the bailout that says the states will work with the Central Bank of Nigeria in finding ways to resolve in the form of soft loans to this. It's not dashed money.
My concern is they must account for how they spent previous money.
But that's what Comrade is saying. But that could go on.
I totally agree with Comrade. Accountability is going to ask them to give an account of how monies have been spent.
But this could go on at the same time while you alleviate the plight of the suffering Nigerian workers.
I wouldn't mind.
Okay, what's your take, Kive, on probing,
they must account
either incumbent governors of these various states or the ones that have gone? Yesterday we had it really very clearly. Nyako and his son were invited. In fact, they've been in the EFCC custody and awaiting bail on Friday. What's your take? Do you think Buhari's administration should actually take time and probe the activities of the various state governments?
It should be non-negotiable. Okay. Look, one of the major problems we have in Nigeria is the fact there's no consequence. Anybody does anything, you come into government with a rickety car, In 6 months, you are living with affluence. You know, I was in Abuja the other day. I saw one of the senators. I don't want to mention names, and I saw a car, a Lamborghini. You understand? Wow. With customized plate number. So I was like, who was this guy before he went into the house and Senate? You know, this country, people just go steal and nobody does anything. So the issue of probe is non-negotiable. And one thing I will also say, these anti-corruption agencies, if they are not rejigged, and make sure that they do their jobs properly, there's no point. They should just scrap them.
But I think the presidency is empowering them.
Because they spend so much money to go to court and rigmarole. Look at some of these people. They go to court, sensational cases, and then the next minute they are acquitted. So what's the point? So as a person, if I get into government and I see that, why won't I steal? I will steal because nothing will happen to me.
What those cases to do is to know how much this guy actually has, and the moment they establish that, they go into plea bargain.
So how much of it are you releasing? In fairness, like when former President Bill Clinton, or Barack Obama, President Barack Obama of the United States, when he visited Ghana on his maiden trip to Africa, he said Africa needs strong institutions. In fairness, you need to empower these anti-corruption agencies. If the prosecution goes to court without being armed with evidence, of course, the judge, it's not trial by media. If I don't find that this person is guilty of this, then you let them go.
I'm saying if the government, we've had 16 years of democracy.
Of PDP.
EFCC, ICPC, they've almost been comatose.
Of PDP.
So what I'm saying is, if this new government comes in, now that they are in, if they do not empower these institutions and make sure they're able to function properly, then there's no point having...
And it seems they're working. I mean, in 30 days, we've had...
all right, let's take our final words
now. The property of the former governor of Enugu State has been confiscated. We have governors in EFCC custody now. Before now, it was just a case of Yahoo boys.
It's not even confiscation. It's not confiscation.
All right,
if I steal 10 billion, you tell me to return 5.
Kive, let's have your last word. What's your, I mean, in one sentence, what exactly is your assessment of the Buhari administration so far?
Right now, I'm more of an optimist. Okay. And I cannot assess the Buhari government now. I can't give it a proper assessment. I can't say it has failed.
Okay, but based on what he has done,
I believe
over 10,
President. Look, I was one of the people that was one of the greatest supporters of President Buhari because I know his antecedents. So I would say that he's setting up the structures.
Okay.
For good governance.
For good governance. All right, Comrade.
I don't agree because if the man is prepared for this office, he doesn't need to take a month to set up any structure. The structures are already there. And I want to remind him, there's a checklist of what he promised Nigerians. My agent mother in the village is waiting for his 5,000 naira for the agent mother. My jobless my friends and the youth are waiting for 5,000 monthly allowance that he promised them. And he also gave it. This is high time government.
He said he's going to feed Nigerians.
And Nigerians today. Yeah. And 1 naira to $1, we are looking for it. And when Jonathan brought the price of petrol to 87, the APC was critical that it should still come down to 60 or 40. Today, we are still buying one. So
at 120.
He made a lot of promises, and it is high time. President Buhari should show a good example.
Okay.
His asset declaration must be made public personally by him. Okay. Because this is a simple between you and covenant between you and the Nigerian people, and it's reneging.
But he's forwarded it to them.
He said he's going to
go the extra
openly declare it. And Chief of Guest, he gave us 2 months. This is the second one.
We are counting. All right. Thank you so very much, everyone who have been a part of our show. We want to say a very big thank you also to Kive, Korori, and Comrade Ayodele Akale. Thanks for coming. We'll be back tomorrow with another very interesting episode.
So, did you like what you just saw? I know you did. It's very simple. If you want to see more, just subscribe to our channel right now.